Spend.
Spend.
Maybe I should spend some time with the man of experience.
Okay, the fabulous two-story living room, which I predict we will spend absolutely no time in whatsoever. I say, spend it all.
The nanny's mom died, and I had to spend the whole day sprinting around the house trying to avoid having conversations with her.
We spend some time together.
花费
Fear.
Sphere.
And when we robbed the spear of Aoth Fezim, your stone skin spell failed until the arrows were inches away.
Computer, is there a replacement beryllium sphere on board?
Magnus Force describes how a spinning cylinder or sphere moves through the air.
She is so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves not but in his sphere.
Then Alex and Gwen and I will go get a sphere.
球包围
Spice.
Spice.
And I was all like, Spice Girls and Ritalin sandwiches.
Me and Judy had that spice in our DNA.
Sugar and spice and all things.
These are spice silos.
With your spice?
香料加香料
Spider.
Spider.
After taking careful measurements of the exoskeleton I found at Joshua's, my program calculated that the spider was roughly the size shown here.
I want to see this before it gets dark, and I don't think me or Spider Baby here packed a flashlight.
Itsy bitsy spider walked up the water spout.
Come, I know of a cozy little dungeon where just the two of us can curl up with the chains and a spider.
You know what the spider can do.
蜘蛛
Spill.
Spill.
I don't mind, especially if you spill it on my face.
I doubt a woman like Catherine is going to spill her secrets just because she's had a little wine.
I'll spill my drink on him.
You're the guy that everybody on this team would spill their guts out for.
You've been trepidatious about bringing up wanting to talk to me about something, and I just wish you would spill it, love.
Dana.
溢出使溢出
Spin.
Spin.
Do you want me to spin you in your chair and make you dizzy?
That camel run off. He gonna try to take a few other rides out for a spin before he decides which one he's gonna drive off the lot.
We're playing Spin the Thaddle, page 21 of the book.
Because he wants to do the spin.
旋转纺织纺纱
Spine.
Spine.
Exhale, bring them down to your side and curl the spine, drawing the navel in as tight as you can to the spine.
How did you get to reattach severed nerves and put a human spine back together, bone by bone?
I can feel a kung fu chill riding up my spine.
Spine melting or something?
背骨
Spiral.
Spiral.
Bear Stearns was in a death spiral, and the Fed brokered its sale.
If we're built from spirals while living in a giant spiral, then everything we put our hands to is infused with the spiral.
In the ring, out of the ring, and the whole ugly spiral down, and I'm tired.
The worst of the injury, however, was sustained to the right leg in the form of a spiral fracture.
3 spiraled, tapered columns flank the doors. The lower body has 2 drawers.
螺旋形之物螺旋形的螺旋形下降
Spirit.
Spirit.
Coalition of American corporations in the spirit of promoting brotherhood among us all.
Yes, boo.
Everybody does spirit fingers.
Girl, I am letting the spirit move me.
I did not sign on for spirit fingers.
They represent the spirit's kindness.
精神诱拐
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
A spiritual element
missing.
After a night of spiritual reading with her hunky guru, Samantha began to feel things she hadn't felt in a very long time.
But I must warn you that the path to spiritual enlightenment may prove to be a long and difficult trail.
I met a spiritual medium.
You chose spiritual enlightenment.
精神上的有关教会的事
Fit.
Spit.
It went fine until a dog spit rawhide at me.
What? Okay, her and her friend Scoot spit all over my kid in my car.
Who's full of his spit? You?
Yeah, I'll crash your funeral and I'll spit on your grave.
You spit at her.
唾液唾土吐唾沫
Spite.
Spite.
And in spite of the reports that you may have seen to the contrary, appears to be completely benign in nature. And you're cutting this guy loose just to spite him.
He lost a race for the state assembly a few years ago, in spite of all he knows about media campaigns.
I'm keeping my sanity by occasionally reminding myself that in spite of I'm in spite of our agreement.
恶意，故意刁难。
Splash.
Splash.
And every time I get my heart broken, the newspapers splash it about as though it's entertainment.
He's not gonna splash around with a half pint like you.
I used to just splash. Now I make waves.
Oh, that feels...
The Sully. It's a shot of Grey Goose with a splash of water, huh?
飞剑，剑师，剑。
Splendid.
Splendid.
Baby, you are a strong, proud, surviving, splendid black man.
Ryan and his father do splendid landscaping.
Spend whole courses studying the splendid contours of its exquisiteness, don't you think?
I think that's just splendid.
You look absolutely splendid.
光亮的。
Splint.
Splint.
I need to dress the wound and rig up a splint, but I can't do that while the bone is protruding.
Put a splint on him just to keep him immobilized, but right now he's totally lame.
I'll put a temporary splint on it.
Rotator splint.
So I built a tiny little splint for his tiny little broken leg.
薄木片，用夹板固定。
Split.
Split.
He checked the meter and split.
I wanted to make sure it wouldn't split.
Oh, damn it, split! You do that, it triggers a stock split. His shares double in voting power, yours don't.
You wouldn't believe the stuff my wife pulled when we split.
劈开，劈开的，分离。
Spoil.
Spoil.
Dad would rather die than spoil it for it.
Don't spoil your appetite, Dean.
When you got two aunties who are ready to spoil this big head baby rotten.
Not to spoil the ending, but that's...
You know what they say? Spare the rod, yes, spoil the child.
战利品，损坏，腐坏。
Spoilage.
Spoilage.
Double wrap to retard spoilage.
If these oranges are picked by overzealous migrant workers, some of them may be too ripe, and this could lead to spoilage.
In any enterprise, there is always spoilage.
In order to avoid spoilage, which can lead to serious illness.
No standing over a hot stove for hours, no spoilage of food, no dirty pots and pans, no washing dishes all evening long.
变质。
Spokesman.
Spokesman.
A NASA spokesman said the dead astronauts were left in the ship for 4 hours to aid the investigation into the tragedy.
The Pentagon spokesman places blame for the error on a computer malfunction.
The spokesman called this another political cloud.
In the words of General George C. Marshall, the American Secretary of State, Mahatma Gandhi has become the spokesman.
Nick Naylor, lead spokesman for Big Tobacco, would have you believe he thinks cigarettes are harmless.
发言人。
Sponge.
Sponge.
Because you're a sponge.
In the meantime, just sponge everything up you see.
Okay, well, sponges are like $5 for $1, so you shouldn't have a maintenance plan for your sponge when it gets dirty.
What you need is a sexy sponge bath.
You might want to give Jane a sponge bath because she had a little accident.
海绵，用海绵擦拭，采集海绵。
Sponsor.
Sponsor.
And what about a sponsor?
Dear Ray, thank you for your letter sharing your idea to strike a deal with Coca-Cola to sponsor menu boards at the new Des Plaines location.
Now a word from our sponsor.
You don't call your sponsor once in a while. You don't have a sponsor. What?
You think that sponsor you mentioned could help us out with a race car?
啊，保证人，发起。
Spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Almost finished with the potential disasters, where a scenario is either quicksand, spontaneous combustion, or getting called on by the teacher.
And you think they weren't spontaneous?
Come on, be spontaneous and react fast.
Instinctive, spontaneous, dazzling.
Was it spontaneous?
自然的。
Spoon.
Spoon.
I know you probably think I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I'm no elitist.
Use the spoon. Well, I don't want him to make some grandiose speech spoon-feeding everyone the moral of the story. They're... What you looking for, a spoon?
You think that just because you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth gives you the right to treat people the way you do?
持，以持摇起。
Sporadically.
Sporadically.
And these attacks by scientist conspirators are still continuing sporadically and violently around the world.
I mean, he sporadically molested her for the better part of 6 years.
It only appears to work sporadically, so no, but...
Just as long as we do it every day, not just sporadically.
Yeah, I hope not sporadically.
偶发的。
Sport.
Sport.
Having established themselves as two of the most dominant female tennis players in the world, Serena and Venus transformed the sport.
Hey, so what were you saying about ballet not being a real sport?
He said you're such a good sport.
You said this wasn't a sport.
You're a good sport to let your mother-in-law crash your honeymoon.
运动，运动的，游戏。
Sportsman.
Sportsman.
$4 million into this sportsman's legacy fund. Now, that may not seem like a hell of a lot of money where you come from.
He's a true sportsman.
I was not a sportsman.
Says he's a sportsman now.
You need to check up on your millionaire superstar sportsman, okay?
运动员。
Spot.
Spot.
I would kill for a wet spot.
They really hit the spot.
No.
The spot, right here.
We've got a really good spot here.
You just let us know when we get to the spot where Baines was killed.
污点，当场的，点缀。
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
All right, ladies, this is a first time for all of us, a first time for Beverly, generously sharing the spotlight, and a first time ever for Fuchsia.
And you're an editor for the Spotlight team.
I suppose neither of us is used to the spotlight.
Marty sent two of mine down to Spotlight.
You know you love the spotlight.
照明灯。
Spouse.
Spouse.
But one night, Susan found herself troubled by thoughts she couldn't share with her spouse.
My spouse was arrested and incinerated for sense offense 4 years ago, sir.
The department spouse support group sent out an email. Yeah.
You know, it's common that people meet with as many lawyers as possible so that their spouse has limited options.
配偶。
Sprawl.
Sprawl.
I understand you've been spending a lot of time in the sprawl.
In the meantime, I'm betting he's somewhere in the sprawl. We concentrate on the sprawl.
We fight suburban sprawl?
You have got a bad case of the bed sprawl.
伸开手足躺，懒散的伸开，伸开手足躺卧姿势。
Spray.
Spray.
I told you he spray tans his junk, right?
It's because I'm used to a Utilix spray. This tiny little brush.
Spray your hot jizz all over my face. Oh, what's a spray? Yeah, spray.
水墨，喷雾，喷。
Spread.
Spread.
And she took off her knickers and she sat on the bed and then she just spread her legs.
If you'll look at the map on page 63, you can trace the spread of the disease.
In the third squat, I want you to spread your cheeks and cough. Go.
Don't rip off my clothes, spread my legs, have your way with me, oh.
Well, I say spread the wealth around and keep the peace.
传播，双唇展开的，展开。
Spring.
Spring.
Come on, spring break, you get crazy.
For 10 years, I've had my spring fling the first Sunday of April, not the second Sunday, not the third.
I'm sorry to spring her on you.
Invites you to be the star of our latest video with the annual Spring Break or Bust Blowout.
The JCC of Spring Valley is shaking and crumbling to the ground.
春天，春天的，跳。
Spur.
Spur.
The switch track is where the spur runs off the main line 3 miles out to Clayton. This spur that runs off the main line 3 miles out to Clayton Ravine. It's a long stretch of level track that will still exist in 1985.
We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us.
We'll load the DeLorean onto the tracks here on the spur, right by the old abandoned silver mine.
Yes, but it's a spur of the moment thing, and I have a little reservation.
马刺，刺激，用马刺驱马。
Spy.
Spy.
I can save you a lot of trouble, Saeed, because Ben says he's got a spy on the boat.
I spy with my little eyes something white.
I think Silas would notice if a big pink
bear suddenly showed up in his room, and I'm not going to spy on my kid.
No, that is probably not a good idea for a British spy.
This is a war, and Diane's a spy!
间谍、侦察、做密探。
Squad.
Squad.
Can't stand your cheerleading squad, but I love your pom-poms. I feed you bonbons all night.
Quick, Suicide Squad!
Here they come, the Flint Tropics Ball Girls Cheerleading Squad, keeping the crowd energized through the timeout.
The Toon Squad doesn't give up at halftime.
We have been hit on over 5 times today by your stupid Geek Squad.
班，编程班。
Square.
Square.
Every square inch of it legal and on the books.
Joe and I used to argue about it all the time. Like, if a girl had like a big square man ass, forget it. I couldn't do it.
So everyone will be walking this direction across the square.
1,000 square feet. 7 bedrooms. 2 kitchens.
What I do is I come with a high backswing, I square my shoulders, and then I put a lot of spin on the ball, and then I just let her rip.
正方形，正方形的，呈直角的。
Squash.
Squash.
I could squash you like a bug right now, but I'm offering you a choice.
Or some orange squash.
The point is, everyone wanted to squash me.
They were garden squash like balloon animals and snapdragons.
We will squash the infestation.
挤压，压扁，被压扁。
Squeeze.
Squeeze.
Just want a little squeeze here, a little massage there, a little exploration.
It's going to take longer than a few days for a company the size of Atlantic Net to start feeling the squeeze of your PR campaign.
Squeeze him, Daru! Squeeze those cheeks, sister!
With one little squeeze, it's guaranteed to please.
紧握，压榨。
Stab.
Stab.
I told her not to scream, or he'd stab me, but I screamed.
It's not necessary to stab them with the cutlery.
Speaking of stab, you heard where the stabathon's gonna be yet?
The fact that she described the stabbing by saying she saw the boy raise his arm over his head and stab down into the father's chest.
刺。
Stabilize.
Stabilize.
Quarter of a mile straight ahead, and from there we're going to stabilise the wreckage, stop the angels, and cure Amy.
Micropetrol doesn't stabilise.
So, we're going to go up the line. We're going to use the 5 O's and we're going to call in some air, see if we can't stabilise this situation.
Stabilize the recording rate? Yes.
The driver needs to stabilise the engine feed.
装稳定器，稳定。
Stability.
Stability.
If the system is interfered with, that stability becomes chaos, unpredictable.
In order to ensure the security and continuing stability.
It's slower than a Black Hawk, lacks the offense and the stability, but it can hide.
Life went on as usual for Max, and even though he opted for order and stability, misfortune was never far away.
Stability, dear family.
安定。
Stable.
Stable.
And then you can fully extend once you feel stable.
Housing is always stable, low risk. Got a nice thick bed of hay in the stable.
It's much more entertaining than listening to a stable boy.
Who isn't in a stable relationship?
马房，稳定的，赶入马房。
Stack.
Stack.
I say we stack ourselves up, push the intercom, and pretend we're delivering a pizza.
I'll stack all the inbounds to LaGuardia.
This ain't no motherfucking stack. Those who want to stack dog food.
Yesterday was a very lucky day for Alice Cleve, a Palm Desert woman who holds the winning ticket for an $86 million California Stack Sweepstakes payout.
堆叠，堆积，堆起。
Stadium.
Stadium.
But is it as kind of cool as playing your own stadium concert?
Do you ever dream of playing at Yankee Stadium?
Is there anything you'd like to say concerning Steve's recent stadium appearance?
Welcome to Nextel Stadium in our nation's capital.
All Spain loving basketball, baby.
露天大型运动场。
Staff.
Staff.
Apparently, his house staff are only allowed to wear monochrome.
There's always room on my staff for a
bright, sexy vice president.
We could make that area like a private area and have a licensed therapist on staff.
We learned that only this morning, shortly before you killed several of my staff.
Well, you'll need at least that long to figure out which staff members you want to keep, who you want to hire.
全体人员，职员的，为配备人员。
Stage.
Stage.
I'm just so happy to be out of that condom stage of life.
I mean, did she stage it all for you and then go hide?
If you had let me stage the assault at your precious factory, I could have contained the situation.
On the main stage, the exotic.
The stage of stages.
阶段，上演，适于上演。
Stagger.
Stagger.
He will stagger and babble when questioned.
If he should get drunk, he shall not stagger!
Mostly relief that I managed to stagger through it at all.
When my uncle sees the power of the stagger, he'll believe me.
Why does he stagger his mind with the mathematics of the sky?
蹒跚是摇摆、交错的。
Stagnate.
Stagnate.
And there's something to be said for refusing to stagnate.
Should not be allowed to stagnate.
I am on your side. I want what's best for you and us. And I want us to pitch, so grow or stagnate.
I get comfortable, I stagnate.
You can stay and stagnate in the past or leave and live for the future.
淤塞。
Stain.
Stain.
Ice cream might stain the upholstery, so thanks.
Salt club soda should get any stain out.
That fucking stain on your pants, idiot.
The stain you got on your shirt at lunch.
You're a fucking stain!
污染、沾染、变脏。